The Rocket X2 is Hoka's top-of-the-range long-distance racing shoe. It has a really aggressive design and it's built for fast running. I'm Brandon with Running Shoes Guru. I've run 80 kilometers in the Rocket X2 and this is my full review. This is the original Rocket X, and when I tested it 2 years ago, I found it to be a really versatile, stable racing option, but it lacked propulsion and it lacked energy return. The best thing about it, however, was its $180 price. This year's Rocket X2 costs $250, but it's been redesigned from the ground up. So can this redesigned Rocket X compete with the fastest super shoes? The answer is yes, it can. In my opinion, the Rocket X2 provides as much speed assistance as the top tier racers currently on the market. This new ProFly X foam, combined with the redesigned carbon plates, propel you forward powerfully like a springboard would. ProFly X is a really soft PEBA foam, and to me it feels most similar to Adidas's Lightstrike Pro, but it's even softer and more bouncy. The stiff carbon plate is sandwiched between two layers of PEBA foam, a softer layer on the top and a firmer layer at the bottom. The plate has a really aggressive placement. It starts off high in the heel and then it dips down in the forefoot close to the ground like an S shape. And it's forked in the forefoot, but I think if it wasn't forked, it would have provided even more propulsion. I tested the Rocket X2 at a variety of paces and it could handle all of them exceptionally well. From easy paces down to 100-meter pace. The Rocket X felt punchy and it felt really propulsive. Although I do think it's best suited to marathon pace because of how soft its ride is and its 8.3 ounce weight, which isn't the lightest. The outsole has a relatively flat design, so transitions are really smooth and there's a good amount of rubber coverage on the outsole. This exposed midsole foam is also durable, so there aren't any durability issues when it comes to the outsole. The upper is made from a plastic-like material, which is similar to Vaporweave on the Vaporfly Next Percent. And I found breathability to be average for a racing shoe. And because the tongue is so thin, if I tie the laces too tight, I can feel the lacing pressure on the top of my feet. There's no heel counter, so the heel always feels loose, but there's no heel slippage if I use a runner's knot and I tie it tight enough. The Rocket X2 has a really narrow fit with an extremely narrow toe box. So I recommend going up a half size like I did. I definitely don't recommend it for wide-footed runners because it has the typical Hoka narrow fit with no wide options available. The Rocket X2 finally feels like a rocket. It's so much softer and faster than the first version, and it's definitely worth upgrading. It is much heavier and it's a lot more expensive, but I think $250 is a fair price for the shoe compared to the other shoes in the same price range. I would definitely race a full marathon in the Rocket X2. It offers plenty of speed assistance and it's also softer than the Endorphin Elite and the Adios Pro 3. It's got a relatively stable ride and it's decently durable as well. The Rocket X2 is my favorite Hoka running shoe to date. If you've picked up the Rocket X2 and you've also been really impressed with it, let us know down in the comment section below. Thanks for watching and please remember to like the video and subscribe to Running Shoes Guru.